Hello, my name is Kate Tracy. I'm one of the yoga teachers here at the Y. We're excited to be bringing you these online classes in the interim before the actual facility opens for live students. I hope to see you back again then, but for now we have an hour of gentle yoga that you can join at any time. We're going to start seated on our mats today. If you have any props that you like to use, a block or straps, you might want to grab those. Maybe have some water handy. And then just come to either a kneeling position, down on your mat, or maybe sitting cross-legged. Your choice here. We're going to just start out with some simple neck rolls. Begin warming up the spine from the top down. Draw the breath deep into the belly, feeling the low belly expand, and then filling up the lungs up to the top. On the exhale, think of emptying them in the opposite sequence. Top of the lungs empty until you feel the breath come out from the low belly. So repeat that breath, drawing the inhale deep, feeling the low belly expand. Mid-belly expanding, filling the lungs fill to the top like you're filling a cup up to the brim. You think you can't breathe anymore, try to take another sip of air. And relax, releasing it out slowly. As you do so, try to tap into more awareness in the body. Draw the shoulders down and back. Sit tall. 2 more rounds of deep breaths. See if you can extend the inhale to a count of 6. And the exhale to a count of 6. Let's begin drawing the chin down towards the chest. Then slowly rolling the head over to the side. Right ear reaching toward the shoulder. Opposite side. Left ear to the left shoulder. As you do so, try to bring a little bit more depth and motion very gently here. On the next pass, take the head back, completing the circle. Do 2 complete rolls this direction. To the right first, and then switch directions. Drawing the left ear to the left shoulder. Letting the head gently drop back. And coming forward. Take the right hand up and over, resting the fingertips above the ear. And use a little bit of gentle pressure with the arm to stretch the side of the neck a bit more. Release, take the left hand up. Take the fingertips just behind the head and gently press the chin forward, stretching and elongating the back of the neck. Let's bring the legs into a Z sit. So left leg comes behind you, foot around back, both knees bent. In about a Z configuration. Try to settle onto both of the hips. You can adjust the angle of the knees however you need. Place the right hand down, sweep the left hand in front of you, and up over the ear as you lift the hips up and forward, coming into a gentle back bend. You can take the gaze up underneath the elbow here as you press the hips forward more. And then settle the hips back down, sweeping the hand back down the way you came. Take the right hand up and over, reach up, lengthening through the side body, coming into a gentle side stretch. Imagine the fingertips reaching to the top corner of the room. Let's repeat that once more, trying to get a bit of a flow going. Arms up, hips up, sweeping the arm back, opening the chest to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders back. Sweep the arm down as the hips settle back down. Right arm up and over. Feeling the stretch in the intercostal muscles of the ribs. Make sure that as you do this, the shoulder isn't creeping up with the ear. Keep length in the neck, shoulder drawing away from the ear. And place the hand back down. Switch the legs over. Left leg in front. Right leg comes behind, close with the hips. Resettle yourself on both hips. Take the right hand forward, sweeping toward the left knee, and then sweeping up. Hips come up, gazing under the arm, kneeling on the knees. Feeling an opening in the front body, stretching the abdominals. Gently sweep the arm back down, set the hips down, stretch the left arm up and over. Fingertips reach to the top corner. Think of lengthening up more than reaching down. Repeat again, flowing smoothly through the motions here, lifting the hips, sweeping the arm up above the head. Turn the shoulder back so you're opening the chest and collarbones toward the ceiling. Arm back down. Left arm up and over. Again, keeping that shoulder pulled away from the ear. Release the hands down. Bring both hands down. Coming to all fours for some cat-cow. When you set up in all fours, make sure that the shoulders are stacked directly above the wrists and the hips above the knees. Drop the belly down. Let the hips and the shoulders lift, coming into a sway back, looking forward, resembling a cow. Stretching the front belly. Compression in the back of the spine. Now reverse this motion, pressing up, arching the back like an angry cat. Chin tucks in, gaze comes towards the belly. Press the mat away from you, pressing up through the shoulders, dome in between the space, in between the shoulders. Let's do 2 more rounds of that. Coming through neutral spine in the center and then letting the belly sink as the hips and shoulders lift. Gaze lifts forward. Mobilizing the spine. Inhale, lift up, arch the back. Strong, straight arms. Pull the low belly in, navel to spine. Scooping the low abs. Strengthening the pelvic floor. Let the gaze come towards your belly. One more. Roll the shoulders down and back in your cow and arch up. As you come back towards neutral spine, you can kind of rock the hips side to side, moving the spine laterally as well. Let's tuck the toes under, coming into a squat position. Knees out wide. Feet at about a 45-degree angle. This might be difficult or stretching the calves. Try to get the heels as close to the mat as you can. If they don't want to come down far, you can kind of rest a book underneath the heels to support yourself. Try to keep the back upright as much as possible, resting the elbows on the insides of the knees. Maybe bring the hands to prayer and create some gentle pressure, helping the groin and inner thighs stretch. Crown of the head reaching up. Place the hands down on the mat and begin to lift the hips, straightening the legs gently. Heel toe in once, and we'll complete the roll up, coming
ragdoll, letting the arms hang, rolling up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time.
Look up, roll the shoulders back. We're going to work through a gentle sun salutation next. So turn to the right and come to the top of the mat. Bring your body to Tadasana pose, toes and heels all the way together, thighs together, drawing up through the quad muscles, tucking the pelvis under, squeezing the glutes. Bring the hands into prayer, shoulders down, shoulder blades drawing down the back. Inhale, look up. Take the hands up. Ever so slightly, come into a gentle back bend here. Think of just opening the chest more, rolling the shoulders back. Back to center, bring the hands down through prayer and start to sit the hips down. Knees remain behind the toes. Place the hands down on the mat, come into a forward fold, straightening the legs gently. If you're starting out with tight hamstrings today, maybe keep a bit of a bend in the knees. Let the belly lie against the thighs and let the back of the neck relax so the head hangs heavy, helping to ease you into the stretch. Inhale, lift up onto the fingertips, flattening the back. And then step back with the right foot. Bring the right knee down. Release the toes. Body comes up. Front knee is at a 90-degree angle. Make sure you're not driving the knee forward. Keep it right above the ankle. Hands in prayer. Inhale, take the palms up again. Little bitty back bend, looking up. Inhale back to center, place the hands down, framing the foot. Bring both knees down. Bend the elbows to bring the chest down, keeping the hips high. Little zigzag in the body here, and then slide the chest forward, coming to lie flat. Lift the chest up, baby cobra. Look forward. Rolling the shoulders back, toes long on the mat. Release the forehead down. And press the hips back to the heels. Coming through child's pose for a moment. Tuck the toes. Lift the heels, hips up. Walk the feet out, bending alternating knees. As you do so, think of the hips tipping up towards the ceiling, body coming into an upside down V shape. So make sure you're not kind of a trapezoid shape here. You want a triangle shape. So press the shoulders and the chest back towards the legs more, and reach the heels towards the mat, stretching the Achilles tendon and the calves. It's okay to have a bit of a bend in the knee here if your hamstrings are tight, but working towards straight legs, straight arms, straight body. Look forward and gently work the right leg forward. You can use the right hand to kind of help it along. Coming back into a lunge position, drop the left knee down. Body upright, hands in prayer. Prayer up toward the ceiling, reach up and bend back slightly. Inhale forward, bring the hands down. Tuck the back toes, step the legs together. Hang in your forward fold once more. If you have any back injuries or your lower back is just feeling a little bit iffy today, you can walk the hands up the legs to come out. If your back is feeling good, let's roll out. Working through the spine, stacking the vertebra. Come back to standing. We have one more round of this, leading with the left leg. Sweep the hands up over the head. Look up. Stretch back. Let the hands lead, so make sure they're back with the ears, even behind the ears. Arms drawing you into a gentle back bend. Make sure the elbows are straight and strong. Bring the hands down through prayer, sit the hips back on the chair. If you peek down, you should still be able to see the big toes. Make sure the knees aren't too far forward. Release the hands down. Stretch up. Maybe the legs can come a bit straighter this time as we warm up.
Never pressing anything, letting your body inform your movements, and letting your breath guide you. Lift up on the fingertips, flatten the back, step back, left foot, left knee down, body comes upright, hands in prayer. So you're gonna see if you can sink the hips more, feeling the stretch in the hip flexor here. Inhale, look up, stretch back. Again, hands lead you back, keep the arms straight, the elbows should be locked with the ears. Even there, working on our arm strength. Inhale back to center, hands down to frame the right foot, step the right knee back, knees together. Bending the elbows close with the body. Should graze right along the ribs. Place the chest down, hips still high in the air. And then flatten out the body, sliding forward into cobra. Elbows stay up. You can think of little cricket wings alongside the body. And lift up, baby cobra. Think of opening the collarbone toward the side of the room. Shoulder blades drawing together down the back. Release the forehead down. Press with the arms, hips to heels. Come through child's, tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Second chance at downward dog. So everything I said in the last round, let's try to incorporate that and feel it in the body. Feeling the sits bones lifting up toward the ceiling, almost like someone has grabbed underneath the hips and is tilting your pelvis up. Palms pressed into the mat. Elbows straight, shoulder blades coming down the back. Chest toward the thighs, heels toward the mat. Check the width of your feet and arms, hip and shoulder width apart respectively. You don't want the feet completely together or too wide. And pull the low belly in. Look forward and work to bring the left leg forward, using the abs here. If you need, take the left hand behind the ankle and step it forward that way. Drop the right knee down. Bring the body up. Reach up, inhale. Stretch the spine taller, and then bring the hands back. Crescent lunge, gentle back bend. Inhale to center, hands down, frame the foot, tuck the back toes, step the leg forward, fold. Relax the head, back of the neck, completely released. Again, option to walk up the legs with the hands. If your back is healthy, bring the fingertips together this time, straightening the arms. Lift the arms up until the body is flat, and then lift the whole body in a line. Drop the hands down to your sides, and come to the center of your mat. For Utkatasana chair pose. Turn to the side so you can see a good view of this. We came through chair pose a bit in sun salutation, but for a bit more precise instruction here, let's take it with the hands in prayer. Sit the hips back. You're bringing the thighs toward parallel. You should be able to see the big toes all the time. Hips come back more, like you're trying to sit on a tiny low stool. Chest is upright. Resist the urge to sink down at all, keeping strength through the back of the spine. Lift up, draw the shoulders down. Sit down more. You should be feeling this in the thighs. Press the knees together. Sit down more. One day, thighs to parallel to the floor. Inhale, come back up. Balancing postures. Anytime you balance, it's a good idea to find a stable point on the wall in whatever room you're practicing in today to focus your gaze. Our gaze helps us balance, tells the brain that we're stable, so take advantage of that. We're going to begin with tree pose today. Draw your attention to the left foot, spread the toes wide. And imagine the foot is having a platform of 4 points, big toe, little toe, 2 corners of the heel. Take the hands on the hips to begin. Draw the right knee up. Maybe today you're just working on balancing right here. Engage the abdominals, roll the shoulders back. If you find you can balance here, take hold of the foot and start to draw it up the leg, making sure that the knee isn't twisting. If the knee is comfortable, bringing the foot as high as you can on the thigh, driving down through the big toe of the standing foot, keeping hold on the foot. If you are balanced, you can bring the right hand up to the center of the chest. Gaze forward. Don't look down. Press the knee back to open the hip. To come out, gently guide the knee forward first. You can hold it gently and release down with control. Even there, using the abdominals. Other side, draw attention to the right foot. Big toe, little toe, 2 back corners of the heel like a platform. Start to draw the left knee up, hands on the hips. Focus on the point you found. Our gaze, our drishti, helping us to balance. If you want to take it further, hand to the outside of the foot, drawing the foot up the leg. External rotation in the hip, keeping that joint healthy and mobile. Roll the shoulders down and back. Imagine yourself drawing taller through the crown of the head. The name of the pose is tree. After all, let's make like a tree, rising up, growing tall and strong. Left hand to the center, lining up with the sternum if you're balanced here. Also always the option to stand near a wall and use this hand to help you balance as you get used to these postures. Bring the knee forward first, keeping the knee safe from twisting as we come out. Place the knee down. One more standing balancing posture. We call this one sky stretch. With the hands up above you, reach up. Take the feet about shoulder width apart. Come up on the tiptoes. Reach up. Come up higher, working the calf muscles. Shift the weight slightly into the left leg and see if you can bring the right toes off the mat slightly. Floating here. You might wobble a bit, it's just a bit of fun. Work on it here, see if you can balance even for a split second. Growing taller through the spine the whole time. Legs strong, arms reach. Try a few times on both sides. Legs together, hands come down in prayer. Let's come to the back of our mat, or the far left side. Sit the hands up over the head. Step forward on the right foot. Shift the weight forward, so you're standing right on the right foot and the left toes just graze the mat. From here, hinge from the hip. And experiment just tilting the body forward. This one is called balancing stick. See if you can bring the body forward more, squeezing the arms straight. Just hip in and out, working on balancing on the right leg. If you want, you can take the hands wide, like an airplane, palms face down. Step back, sweep the hands up, step the legs together. Left side, step the left leg forward, point the right toes, shifting the weight onto the left leg, coming down. Maybe you only come down a couple of inches. Just working on balancing on the foot while we shift the weight around. Really good for the brain. Keeps the brain active as it learns to deal with the weight shifts. Take the arms wide. Roll the right hip down, hips square to the mat. Balance here. Maybe test the hamstring flexibility if you can dip in further. Come back, right toes down, hands sweep up, step together, hands down. Turn to face the front. A couple of warrior poses here. More balancing, strengthening in the core and the legs. Hands sweep up. Step open really wide. See if you can get a nice wide step in one big giant step. Line up the feet underneath the wrists. If you didn't quite get there on the first step, you can heel toe the foot out of it. Turn the right toes 90 degrees. Stretch through the fingertips, energy in both arms. And reach over the right leg, coming into straight leg triangle. The hips shift slightly to the left, while the rib cage and torso shifts to the right. Take the right hand down to meet the shin, left hand up. Squeeze the abs here so the front body is shortening, back body lengthening like you're lying against a pane of glass behind you. This might be tricky for the balance. You don't have to come down quite as far. Play with it a bit. Straightening and strengthening the legs and stretching the right hamstring. Draw yourself out. Bend the right knee. Look over the right fingertips, warrior two. Really good for the right thigh here. Try to sink down. Make sure you're not bending the knee too far. It shouldn't go forward of the ankle. We want a 90-degree angle here. If you need more of a stretch, you can take the back leg back to accomplish this. And then sink the hips right down. Arms strong and long, parallel to the mat. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Sink here. Straighten the right leg. Take the left hand down to the thigh. Sit the right hand up. Reverse warrior. Gentle back bend here. Bending the opposite direction, opening the front body. Hands back to the parallel position. Let's shift around. Other side. Look over the left fingertips. Feel as if someone is pulling the left fingers, drawing you along toward the side of the room. Feeling a stretch in the left hamstring. Hips shift up and to the right. Drop the left hand to meet the foot. Float the right hand up. Palm faces forward. Suck the low belly in. Use the abs to stabilize and flatten the body. Make sure you're not rounding down here. Both sides of the body should be straight. So if you find that you're bending over, come out and try again, keeping straight in both sides. It doesn't matter if you only come in a couple of inches. Prioritize the integrity of the core position here. Come up and bend the left knee. Warrior two. Such a strong pose. We call this the warrior series for a reason. Strengthening the whole body. Look over the left fingertips. 90 degrees in this knee. Squeezing the back leg straight. Don't let it get lazy and let the knee bend and soften. Really lock it out. Toning this quad. Hold here 2 more breaths. Sending oxygen to the muscles working in the legs. Straighten out the left leg. Reverse the warrior. Take the right hand down the thigh. Back bend gently. Palm faces down, and you can kind of look up to the inside of this arm. Make it graceful. The hands forward, back to parallel. Turn the toes to both face forward. If you've ever had issues with the low back or sciatica, keep the feet parallel here. If not, you can pigeon toe the feet in slightly and start to bend forward with a flat back. Arms back flat, back flat. See how far your hamstrings will allow you to bend when you can't stretch anymore. Take the hands to the legs. Let the head be neutral in line with the rest of the spine, so your gaze should be somewhere down towards the floor. Don't crane the neck forward. Turn to the sides so you can see this view. come down, the back is flat. Roll the weight forward so the hips are vertical above the ankles. Don't let the hips hang back here. Roll the weight forward more until you feel pressure in the toes. Leaning forward. You can draw up through the quads of the legs, engaging the front leg muscles to stretch the back of the leg. Head is reaching toward the floor. Take the arms out. Lift yourself up using the back muscles. And then step back to the starting position. Hands down in prayer. Let's take it onto the mat for a brief child's pose. Bring the knees together, or the knees can be slightly apart. Try to keep the toes and heels together, settling the hips onto them, and then the body forward. Take the hands in front of you, forehead onto the mat, and just relax here. Feel the breath pressing against the thighs. Deep belly breaths again, practicing using the full capacity of the lungs. Really helpful here to bring the heart above the head, flushing the brain with fresh oxygenated blood. It's a great restorative posture. Even practice in the middle of your day if you're feeling overwhelmed. In your next breath, start to bring the body upright again. Coming into that all fours position that we started out with our cat-cow, stacking the shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. I'm going to take a plank or modified plank here, working on the core strength and full body strengthening. If you want to take the full plank, just step the foot back so the leg comes to straight. Hold here. Maybe step the other leg back so that the hips stay right where you started, not sagging or lifting. Body in a straight line, which is why we call it plank. If this is a little too much for you, you can come down onto the knees, but still try to cultivate that straight line from the knees all the way up to the crown of the head. Feeling the work in your abs. Let's lower down here with the elbows close with the body, bringing the body down with control, arms strengthening. Rest the chest for a moment. If you're staying in full plank, good for you. And lift up the same way you went in, whichever you choose. Lifting up to a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Settling into a kneeling position here. Yogi toes, excellent stretch for the feet. A lot of times our feet can get tight over time, not a part of the body. We stretch that often, and this pose helps us do so. As you're leaning forward here, tuck the toes under, toes about 4 to 6 inches apart. And sit the hips back towards the feet. You can actually use the fingers to make sure all 5 toes are spread evenly on your mat. Start to feel a stretch. The plantar side of the feet here. It might be rather intense if you don't do this pose much. You can take the weight forward and just control the level of stretch by walking the hands forward or back. If you have some pain in the knees here, you can place a rolled up towel on the backs of the knees to help open the joint. If you want more of a stretch, take the hands behind you, fingertips down, or even palms down. And wherever you're at, tuck the chin to the chest, creating a choking feeling in the throat, toning up the jowls. Make a double chin now as you practice the pose so you don't have a double chin later. Squeeze in, knit the ribs together using the abs. walk the hands forward. And come to lie on the mat, belly down. More core strengthening. Oftentimes we think of the core as just your abs in the front of the body. Really important, especially as we age, to work the back of the body as well, because it's less often utilized. And if we don't work it, we can have bad posture, so often rounding over a desk or computer or reading something. These poses help to counteract that, keep good cat posture and good strength in the back. Beginning, we'll do cobra pose. Toes together, heels together, zip up the legs tight, squeezing the thighs and glutes. Elbows come up, press them close with the body. Thumbs alongside the chest. Center the forehead and lift up. Trying not to use the arm strength at all, not a push-up, but lifting up with the back strength. Roll the shoulders down and back. Opening the chest and collarbone toward the side of the room. Gaze comes forward, lift up, point the toes more, squeeze the glutes more to help you lift. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Try to come down slowly with control. One more pose here, let's do gondola pose. Take the hands behind you, interlace all 10 fingers. So like you're making a prayer grip, interlaced grip. Toes together, point back. Lift the fists up and stretch the shoulders back. Lift the toes up as well. Whole body lifts up, chest up, feet up, lift up. Take the hands away from the buttocks, stretching the shoulders as well. Chest opening forward, look forward. Lift up more, straighten the legs, point the toes, squeeze up, and release down. And turn the head to the side. Toes together, heels drop open. Rest on the belly for a moment. Press yourselves up to kneeling and come to seated on the mat. Bend the right leg out to the corner of your mat, toes flexed up. Settle yourself in between the hips, balance evenly. Turn the body to face over the right leg. Take the hands over the head. Interlace the hands again, so all the fingers tight together. Really focus on this grip because it's great arthritis prevention, strengthening of the joints of the hands. Round forward and place the forehead onto the knee. Flex the toes back. And as you do this, the hands should come right over the ball of the foot. Make sure that the forehead is still on the knee. Getting that compression in the throat again, stimulating the glands there, thyroid, good for the metabolism. If you want to add a leg stretch as well, you can start to inch the heel away from you, but only if the forehead remains in contact with the knee. That is the priority in this pose. The name of the posture is Janu Shavasana, which means head to knee. If you're really flexible, you might be able to straighten the knee, but really that's no matter. Release, come out. Take the hands down. Take the left leg up over the right. Place the foot down on the mat on the outside of the right knee. Take the hands behind you, making sure that the spine is upright and the low back is straight. You want to sit tilting slightly forward over the hips. Knee points straight up, left hand behind you, right hand comes up. Look over the knee and twist. Use the pressure of the elbow on the outside of the knee to guide the body around, bringing out the spine. Great for detoxification and helping the vertebrae stay healthy and mobile. Take the gaze over the back shoulder. Squeeze the low belly in. Look forward. Release the arm. other side. Starting with a bend in the left leg. Sole of the right foot toward the inside of the thigh. Sit up tall, arms up, interlace the hands. If last time the left thumb was on top, this time try putting the right thumb on top and letting each digit follow along. Odd interlace, it might feel awkward because you probably, even without knowing it, always cross the fingers in one direction, but challenge the body and the brain to do the opposite today. Sit up tall, round forward, place the forehead onto the knee, good contact between the forehead and knee, hands come around the ball of the foot, pull it back. Breathing against the compression in the throat. Draw the breath in, down the back of the throat, and start to bend the knee towards straight if you can. Adding a hamstring stretch, if and only if the forehead is still on the knee. Inhale, come out. Hands down, right leg up over the left. Plant the sole of the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Use the hands to sit up tall. Imagine the hands are like the back of a chair, helping to prop the body up. You want to make sure that the low back is flat and tilting forward, not rounding back, heading out behind the hips. So make sure you've got that position. You can rock side to side of the hips to help you get there. Sitting tall, take the left hand up over the right knee and twist around. Notice each inhale, breath filling up the body. And on the exhale, feel as if you're squeezing the breath out of you and rotating deeper if you can. Back to the front. Release the elbow. Feet together in front of you for Paschimottanasana. Settle the hips. Rock side to side. Again, making sure that you're getting a forward tilt in the pelvis here, as opposed to sitting back. Sit up tall, chest forward. Take the two index fingers in between the first and second toe. Rock side to side. Roll the shoulders down and back. Flexing the toes back, especially the little toes. You could stand against the wall with the toes and feet flat. Belly presses against the thighs. If you need more of a stretch in the hamstrings, inching the heels away from you towards straight. Doesn't matter if you reach straight, but it does matter that the back stays straight. So resist the urge to round forward to get deeper here. You want a flat back, strong back, toes flex back. And then see if you can straighten the legs. Release the feet. Bring the knees into a slight bend and let's lower down onto our backs. Using control, walk the hands down the thighs. Lie the body down, flat on the mat. Heels together, toes fall apart. Palms face upward, pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Mini break in Savasana here. Bring the feet flat onto the mat to a couple of ab exercises. Take your hands behind the head, fingertips grazing the back of the head, elbows out wide. Starting out with the elbows flat on the mat here, try to keep the same position in the elbows even as we lift. Scoot the low belly in so the back is pressing on the mat all the way from the coccyx up through the spine. So using your hand, make sure there's no gap in the low Inhale, and on the exhale, lift up and just hold it here, hovering just a couple of inches off the mat. This might not seem like a lot of motion, but if you do it with control, it's a lot of work in the abs. Good control, isometric hold. Lift up and hold here for 3, 2, 1. Come down slowly. We'll repeat this again, even though it's a tiny motion, to really focus on squeezing all of the abs, scooping the low belly. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Don't let the chin crunch towards the chest. Make sure that there's space here, like there is an apple or orange between the chin and the chest. Lift up higher, elbows out wide, don't let them creep in. Hold up, see if you can peel the back off the mat just a teeny bit more. Hold here. And release down. Good work. Let's take the hands alongside the body. We'll do a counter pose here to stretch the abs and work the back of the body. Should be able to almost raise the backs of the heels with the fingertips. Feet hip width apart. Start to lift the hips up, peeling the spine off the mat. Hips reach towards the ceiling. Goal of having the knees in line with the hips, in line with the shoulders. Kind of like a reverse plank pose here. Working the glutes to support yourself and lift up. Let's hold here, squeezing the thighs together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down slowly, placing one vertebra at a time on the mat. Scooping the low belly in. Back down. One more of these. Strong and sustained. Lift up slowly, articulating the back one vertebra at a time until the hips come to even with the knees. Press up, squeeze the knees in. Squeeze the glutes. Holding here. Stay strong, stay with it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the body back down. Bring the right knee up and over the left leg. Flex the right toes, crossing the knee over, ankle over the knee. There should be a triangular shaped gap between the thighs now. Take the right hand in this gap, reach between the legs, and reach the left hand to the outside of the thigh. Bring the left knee in towards you. See if you can grab underneath the knee on the back of the thigh and pull the thigh in close to you. If you have quite open hips, you might be able to grab on top of the knee, but only if the head can rest comfortably on the mat. If it's pulling up a lot, you can also place a block underneath the head. But we want to try to have as much relaxation in the spine as possible. Flex the right toes more, keeping the knee safe. And place the left foot back down. Switch sides. Left leg. Cross the ankle over the right knee. Turn the left knee out. Flex the left toes. Left hand in this gap. Right hand to the outside of the thigh. Grabbing behind the knee or on top of the knee. Whichever feels better for you. With each deep breath, feel the hip start to open. Big, complex muscle groups surrounding the hips. It's easy for them to get tight. It's so important to work them out. Release the right foot back down, both feet down. Then let's bring both feet up for a happy baby. Knees wide apart, shins up, perpendicular to the mat. So it's almost like you're trying to squat on the ceiling. From here, take the hands to the outsides of the ankles and grab from the heel. Try to flatten the entire spine along the mat and pull the knees down towards the armpits. You can also try the grip to bring the hand inside the leg and scoop the hand around the outside of the ankle. Makes more room to pull the knees down. You can try both, see which one works best for you. Maybe take a little gentle side-to-side rock here. Stretching in the groin and the backs of the legs as well as the hips. Release the feet down. Extend both legs long on the mat. Draw the right knee in. Interlace the hands again. All 10 fingers, webbing to webbing grip. Take the hands over top of the right knee. Start to pull the knee in towards the chest. Avoiding the rib cage, so the knee will be slightly to the outside. Coming towards the armpit. Pull tight. Using the bicep strength. Draw the knee in close to the chest. Left leg just passive on the mat. This pose is great for digestion, helping with elimination, helping keep the internal organs healthy, as well as working on the hip joints. If you do this one at home, always make sure to do the right side first. Goes along with the way that our intestines run. Squeeze in more, strong biceps, and release it down gently. Draw the left knee in. Take the opposite interlace again, place the other thumb on top. Flattening both hips and drawing the left knee in towards you. Maybe you'll notice that one knee likes to come in a bit easier than the other. For me, my left knee tucks in much more comfortably here, helping learn about your body and correct any unevenness that might exist. Feeling a slight pinching in the left hip, pull it in closer, hold it with the bicep strength. Release the knee down. Now draw both knees up together. Take the hands and arms up over top of the shins. Give yourself a hug. See if you can grab for the opposite elbow over top of the shins, while laying the back flat on the mat. If you can't get that kind of cross, just maybe grab the opposite wrist, but still pulling the knees in towards you. Keep the feet just hanging next to each other. Don't cross the ankles. And imagine yourself rolling the spine out more. Tailbone towards the mat. Top of the spine against the mat, neck against the mat. Head resting comfortably. This pose helps improve the skeletal system, while also stimulating the internal organs. Release the feet down gently. And extend the legs long. One more spine twist, supine spine twist. Take the right leg bent. Hook the toes behind the left knee. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and cross it over, gently guiding the leg to the side. Take the right hand out, 90 degrees with the body. And maybe gaze over the right hand as well, twisting all the way from the tailbone up through the crown of the head. Inhale, and as you exhale, melt deeper into the twist. Switch sides. Left toes tucked behind the right knee, right in the little crook there. Right fingers to the outside of the knee, guiding it across the body. Left hand out to the side, palm down on the floor. Look over the left hand. And really just melt into the mat here at the end of class. Be sure that both shoulders stay in contact with the mat. Knees to center. Take any last motions that your body might be calling for today. Maybe circling the knees out, massaging the sacrum, rocking a bit. And then settle into your final savasana. Roll the shoulders down, shoulder blades draw down in the back. Extend the arms, palms face up, both legs long, heels parted, toes drop out to the sides. Gentle external rotation in the hips, even as we lie here. Think of that deep belly breathing again. Feel the belly rise as you inhale. Lungs filling up from the bottom to the top. And exhaling top to bottom. Beginning at the toes, start to scan through the body. Notice any pain you might be having, or even any feelings of release. Maybe some stubborn spot in your body has benefited from the class. Try to relax each muscle in turn. Calves, the thighs, relax the glutes and the abs. Relax the fingertips, let the palms open. Relax the forearms, the biceps, the shoulders. Feel the floor supporting the entire body. And close your eyes. Focus on some thought of your choosing. If you have a mantra you like to repeat to yourself, maybe something you want to let go of, maybe something you want to focus on. Whatever that may be, just take a few moments of stillness here, connecting the mind and body. Thank you all for joining me in this class. I'm so happy to be able to offer some more practices you can do at home. I hope you enjoyed it. You can stay in your savasana as long as you like, in the comfort of your own home. When the Y is ready to open back up for live classes, I hope to see some of you there. I'll be teaching hopefully a regular schedule soon. Until then, namaste. I hope you go in peace. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks again. My name is Kate.